In the fourth lecture of the training series on the sensorimotor and cognitive profile test, we introduce the use of the test and its tasks. To become familiar with the test, it is recommended that the examiner completes it themselves to gain first-hand experience with the test and its tasks. Afterward, some practice tests will be necessary. As practice, it is beneficial to administer the test to multiple individuals, including children, to ensure smooth real-life testing. This test is free and does not require any special qualifications to use. However, deeper professional knowledge can enhance its effective application. Overall score is of little importance. What matters far more is the profile, the identification of strengths and areas for development, the understanding of cognitive structures, the recognition of problems caused by deficiencies, and the discovery of possible solutions. The test has a standard, which continuously evolves with children's developmental characteristics. It is particularly useful for evaluating groups and analyzing group profiles. Individuals can be compared to their group to determine whether they require a different type of intervention or whether the general development implemented in everyday activities is sufficient. Another option is tracking individuals' progress through repeated assessments. The test is well suited for annual evaluations. 40 tasks are available to assess 3 main developmental areas. Additionally, a questionnaire and an offline sensorimotor assessment tool are accessible. Age bands appear as modules on the tasks page. These bands have significant overlaps, indicating which tasks are appropriate for individuals of different ages. It is the examiner's responsibility to select the appropriate tasks. Choosing the right age range and tasks is crucial, as the results will be interpreted based on the selected age category. On the tasks page, age indicators help determine which tasks should be assigned to a specific individual or group. Colors guide users to tasks that belong to the selected module. Modules A, D represent different age ranges. However, Module E specifically includes sensorimotor tasks that can also be completed offline. Module F contains completely playful test tasks suitable for practice. On the Tests Tasks page, all tasks are displayed at once. The task sequence begins with 2 short games designed to assess young children's touchscreen use. If necessary, children can practice 2 essential touchscreen gestures, tapping and dragging, through these tasks. The next set of tasks evaluates cognitive development, targeting abstraction abilities, and executive functions. Hovering over the small eye next to each task name reveals which cognitive area the task assesses. Scrolling further down, the next set of tasks evaluates school-related skills. Tasks for younger and older children, as well as adults, differ significantly, so they are displayed in separate groups. Even within these groups, some tasks vary slightly in difficulty level rather than content. The A-age module is for children for whom school skills, such as writing, reading, and arithmetic, are not yet expected. The B-age band already includes reading and arithmetic tasks, but not at the level of tasks designed for older children. After the school-related skills section, the sensorimotor test sequence begins. Since the most significant development in movement perception occurs by the age of 8, sensorimotor tasks are the primary components of the youngest children's age group. However, individuals of any age can complete any task if relevant to their situation. For example, in old age or in cases of mental health conditions, understanding the state of sensorimotor functions, crucial for cognitive abilities, can help design appropriate care. A higher level of sensorimotor function is sequential processing. Tasks in this category assess spatial, temporal, and linguistic sequencing abilities. School readiness is indicated by adequate performance in these tasks. Language sequence tasks connect with verbal ability assessments. Maturity in verbal skills, particularly phoneme differentiation, is a key factor in school success. The next sensorimotor assessment consists of tasks available in an online format, but they are performed by the child in a real physical space, with the examiner only entering the data into the online interface. At the bottom of the page, the assessment sheet for this sensory-motor test can be downloaded in PDF format. It can be used for data collection, and later, the data can be entered into the online test interface. Entering the data digitally has the advantage that the system calculates various indicators, which are then incorporated into the results. The questionnaire designed for adults can be used from the age of 12. The Neurology-Based Performance Disorder Questionnaire comprehensively examines neurotypical development in teenagers and adults. The test subject must determine the extent to which they find 35 statements applicable to themselves. The results indicate levels of learning disorders, attention deficits, and hyperactivity. The disharmony indicator examines whether the individual faces difficulties in areas that significantly hinder performance and social adaptation. The questionnaire can also be completed about someone else, provided the respondent knows the test subject well. When interpreting the results, it is important to consider that questionnaire-based assessments inherently contain uncertainties due to subjective judgment.